And we are back. Technology, Facebook Live. We are here. This is Out of Africa. I'm Valley Fontaine. We are at Afro Beach in London. As I was saying, over there is West Ham Stadium. Behind us is Afro Beach. Loads and loads of people are having some great fun. With me is this fabulous panel who I'm going to introduce you to in a moment. But today we're going to be talking about the impact of makeup. Does makeup boost your confidence, or in fact is it doing the opposite? Is it making you afraid to be yourself? Is it making you dislike your true self? That's what we'll be discussing. If you've got a comment or a question, please put it below and hopefully I'll get round to reading it out. Anyway, without much further ado, let me introduce you to our fabulous panel who we'll be discussing with. We've got Brini Lee, and Brini, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I am Brini Lee. I am 26 years old and I'm currently living in Essex. I am a beauty, fashion, lifestyle vlogger. I'm a lifestyle, fashion blogger, vlogger, and a content creator.
Lovely. And then we have got Violet Blaze. Hi, Violet.
Hi, my name's Violet Blaze. I am 29 years old from Brighton. I'm a burlesque performer and I also am the owner of Beauty by Blaze, which is where I help to instill confidence in women through the power of makeup.
And then, of course, we've got Lekia Lee.
Right, I'm Lekia, as Valley said, an extra. Is a platform that was established to give women confidence in who they are, to inspire us to unconditional self-love, and recently we've just had a billboard campaign that put women with their afro-textured hair on billboards all around London.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the first question. Makeup, boost confidence or not?
Boost confidence for sure.
Expand on that for me.
I think that in a world where everyone's really judged by the way that they look, I think it just gives us kind of a narrow playing field when you can create the kind of image that you want to portray, I guess, to other people. So I think I think in the world we go through so many things and it's just hard to be a woman. It's just hard to be a woman. There's so many different standards, there's so many things that we should be doing or we're told to be or told to look like. So I think just to make us feel like we are included or we are worth something, I think people use makeup to kind of do that, yeah.
Okay, and I saw you nodding your way there, Violet.
Yeah, I definitely think that that makeup is a confidence booster. I mean, what I specialise in with Beauty by Blaze is enhancing the beauty that you've already got. So I'm not really into completely changing the person's features. It's more about just enhancing it. And I think there are some women out there who literally wake up in the morning and they cannot stand the way that they look, and that is so sad. So I think what's important is to show them how to look after their natural skin so they can love the skin that they're in, but also show them it is okay to put a little bit of slap on and put on a smile, you know?
I think for me the answer to your question is yes, for both of them. It does boost confidence and also it does can you hear me?
It's fine.
Yeah, it does boost confidence and also it does allow us to hide our insecurities. So it's okay, you know, if you wanted to feel a little bit more confident in yourself, you know. I mean, I am not wearing any makeup today. I intended to wear makeup, but I was running late and it was either between makeup or food. You know which one? I chose my food. So I came without makeup today, but I have been on a journey of self-love, so I'm learning to accept myself just the way that I am. But as I said too, it can because as you said, Brini, it is difficult being a woman, and there's so many standards. A woman has to look good before we're even allowed to express our intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's also saying that no, we don't have to look in a certain way. Yes, we can if we want to, but we don't have to.
Yeah.
You have to take the mic now because I'm going to go into
We've got lots of comments and questions coming through, and I've got people watching live from all over the world, from the Gambia, from Nigeria, from Ghana, and let's see if we've got any comments and questions. But I'll tell you, in the meantime, let me just ask you this question, because I don't know if you saw the story. It was in the papers about a week or so ago. Yeah. The author, Zadie Smith, said that women, we waste far too much time on putting makeup on. In fact, she's decided that her 7-year-old, and I was like, 7? It starts that early? But she's decided that her 7-year-old is now only allowed to spend 15 minutes in front of the mirror, because as far as she's concerned, she was comparing her daughter to her son, and she said in the morning her son gets up and just gets on with life, and she felt that her daughter was wasting too much time standing in front of the mirror. So tell us how long you spend in front of the mirror each morning to get yourself looking so glamorous.
Oh God, honestly.
Well, today's a special day. Obviously, it's Sunday, so I went to church, so I had to glam up a bit more. But every day, my makeup changes, so sometimes I don't feel to spend an hour doing my makeup, so I spend 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on where I'm going and how I feel like it. So I feel like children, because even my niece is 16, and she'll spend an hour getting ready to go to Westfield, like just go to shopping mall. An hour doing her makeup. And I say, what are you doing? Not every day you have to do that. Do you know what I mean? And me as a blogger, my image is my image. You know, my job is my image. So obviously I have to put a lot more in. But I think a lot of young people are looking up to beauty bloggers or vloggers that are spending this much time getting made up. But
I think they think that you do that every day.
Every day, yeah. They need to know that's not every day. It's occasional. And most of the time, people film the video and they take the makeup off straight away. Like, they don't go out like that, you know? So it's just art. So I think a lot of children are kind of young people are confusing the art with the everyday. Yeah.
Violet.
Well, it really, for me personally, it really depends on what it is that I'm doing. If I'm getting up to go out to the post office, then it is literally a 5 to 7 minute thing. Bit of BB cream, bit of powder. Brows is a must. I do not leave the house without brows on. Okay, you know, a bit of lip balm and I'm done. If I'm going out, you know, shopping, a 20 to 25 minute face is acceptable for me. If I'm going on stage, however, and I have put my stage face on today, because, you know, we're going to be in front of lots of people, we've got to make sure it's flawless. This is an hour, you know, but this isn't every day at all. And I think as well that, like, for me personally, it depends on what hair I'm wearing. You know, if I'm wearing big hair, you got to have the big lashes to go with it. It's got to be a complete and full on look. In terms of her little one spending 15 minutes just staring in the mirror, like, what is she doing? Is she trying to imitate mum and put makeup on, or is she just looking at herself and questioning, you know, her appearance? This is what we need to be asking ourselves here. This is it. Like, you can't be like, little kids should not even be thinking about comparing themselves to anybody else at all. They're 7, they're 10. They shouldn't be thinking about that. But we do live now in an Instagram culture where everybody, the world and its wife, has got Instagram, and they are looking at this and thinking, oh, that's what I need to look like. And we need to spread the message and let them know, actually, you need to just be yourself, and you need to just be a child and be happy being a child. When you're grown, then you can accept, and then you can start doing stuff like that.
What was the question? How long do we spend?
Ready in the morning.
Well, you know, this morning was hardly ever. Yeah, just 10 seconds. You know, generally I tend not to put much makeup really. But yeah, if I do, I think the most I probably would spend is about 20 minutes. That's the most, because I'm not really good with makeup anyway. But yeah, in terms of Sadie's daughter. It's difficult, because she could be looking in the mirror and thinking all sorts of things. She may not really be thinking about how she looks. She might be thinking about maybe how she comes across when she's talking. She might be acting in front of the mirror, which is something I used to do when I was young. But I mean, it's understandable that we are living in a social media culture now where there's access to all sorts of things very easily on the phone. But the thing is, most of the images that we see is just one kind of image, just one kind of way of looking beautiful. You have to have, you know, a certain shape of eyebrows, certain, you know, skin tone and skin. So it's really difficult for children to see anything other than that. If we say, for example, if vloggers and bloggers like yourself would actually probably do a feature with no makeup, for example, maybe young people will be like, oh, okay, it's all right, because you are really inspiring to a lot of, you know, young people. So maybe, but the thing is, what they see all the time, especially for women and girls, because even the toys are all about looking beautiful, makeup, and then cooking, you know, that sort of thing. So it's really difficult for a girl to see beyond that. For boys, their toys are more to do with ability, you know, what you can do, you know, I'm strong, I can fight, you know, that sort of thing. It's hardly to do with looks. So yeah, it's very challenging for young girls growing up.
I've got a message here from Daniel from Cairo, who says, why do you wear makeup? Are you ashamed of the way you look?
I wear makeup as part of the whole image. Obviously, I like to do my hair, I like to do my makeup. It's all a complete look. And like I said, the job that I do, which is like blogging and vlogging, it's all about aspiration. So people want to know, how do you do your makeup? How do you do your brows? And I always say that if I wasn't a blogger or a vlogger, I would be your average person. I probably wouldn't wear makeup at all. Do you know what I mean? It's not because I need it, but it's because I desire and I want to. But there has been a time where I felt like I needed makeup. So I would say that I'm now loving myself from within, so that I am now realizing that I don't need to put on extra. I am enough as I am. But not every woman that wears makeup hates herself, and I think that's what we really need to understand, that a lot of people use makeup for different reasons, whether it's creativity, expression, or to cover, to hide, to conceal. Whatever they use makeup for, it's okay. It's none of your none of your business, like, to be honest.
I completely and utterly agree. For me personally, I wear makeup because I want to. Like, I wake up in the morning and I can decide how I want to look today. I have 20 or 30 odd different wigs, and I'm like, I can pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and it is completely a look. You know, I can choose however I want to look on that particular day. And yes, I've got days where I go outside with no makeup on, literally a little bit of cream on my face, and then I'm done. And that's because I am comfortable with the skin that I'm in. It was a journey to get there, I'm not gonna lie, you know, like, we've all been through it, but now that I've realized that I can love myself exactly as I am, completely naked faced, I now have a whole choice. So why limit myself? That's what I think anyway.
When it gets to me, I always forget the question.
Daniel Reader was asking why wear makeup.
Why?
Because one is ashamed of the way one looks. Let me just, actually, I probably ask a question now and I'll ask you first. The question has been the long-term impact of wearing makeup. What is it saying? Is it saying something about ourselves? And this is a question that I saw on the Facebook page when we put out a promo yesterday, and there was many people asking this question. What are we doing? Are we trying to look like the Western ideal of beauty, with the hair, with the contouring, with the highlighting? What do you think, Lekia?
I think generally I would say yes. We are trying to look in a certain way. The thing is, no one is born really with the idea of what beauty is or how to be beautiful, because they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but the question is, who trained the eye of the beholder? The eye of the beholder was trained to see beauty in a certain way. So yes, and as Violet has said, it's a journey. I too was on, to a point where I couldn't leave the house without foundation because I had really terrible acne, and we are told that we're not beautiful with acne, and I've got a few acne scars now, but hey, I'm much older now, so I've learned to embrace myself. So, but people use makeup for different things, people use makeup for, expression. I like purple lipstick, I like blue lipstick, I can go without lipstick, but some people really do hide. And if we start, the earlier you start, I think, is the more likely you will be hooked on it, because you get used to looking in a certain kind of way. Because I know a few people who cannot step out of their house without makeup. So I think, we do, the more you use it, the more you get used to that kind of look, and then the harder it would be to not wear makeup.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's where I was at. I had created this image in my head of what beauty was, and I portrayed that. And then when it came to taking it off, I was thinking, I'm going to be a different person. Like, that is the image that I want to be portraying to people. And I think that it's important to understand that you can do both and be okay with both.
Yeah.
If you're going to be okay with makeup, please be okay with your natural face as well. And I think I had to learn that I had to be content with both. They're both a part of me. Not one is better than the other. They're both a part of me, So, yeah.
Did you want to add?
Just wanted to just say that, I think that beauty is such a broad word, everybody finds different things beautiful. I draw a lot of my inspiration from the drag world, for example, because I've been a burlesque performer for over 5 years now, and when RuPaul's Drag Race became really sort of famous, a lot of my inspiration drew from that. You might not like drag makeup, but I most certainly do, and I think it's beautiful. So, I don't think that anyone should put anyone down for whatever they think is beautiful at all, And in terms of highlighting and contouring, I don't think that that's making yourself look, westernized or whatever. I think you're just bringing back the features which you have actually sort of in a way two-dimensionalized by only putting just foundation on.
I think I'm going to have to beg to question that, or go a little bit deeper on that one about the contour and the highlighting, because I have seen myself, and I think we've all seen it on social media, where people change colour. and create bone structures that they've never had. You were saying?
Yeah, I was going to say that anytime a makeup artist wanted to make me up, they always tended to want to make me lighter. You know, a couple of shades lighter or more lighter, you know, or, you know, changing my nose or making my eyes bigger or things like that, because that's what the idea of beauty is, you know, the flatter your nose, the uglier it is, basically. I've been told I was ugly. I grew up in Nigeria, so I've been told that, because I know in Nigeria ain't nobody's PC that will tell you what they think, you know. So for a long time I wouldn't even wear sunglasses because I thought my nose was too flat to wear sunglasses. Wow. So, you know, that is something that, you know, because people have been trained to see beauty in the Western, from a Western point of view.
The camera speaks.
Oh, sorry. So because we have been trained to see beauty from a Western point of view, so we tend to, when we make up, you know, make up in that kind of way. Because to be honest with you, I've never really understood the maybe you guys might be able to explain. I've never really understood the red blusher thing, you know. I've never really understood that.
Well, I've managed to tone mine down now. I don't wear as much as I used to.
So you're saying that why do black women wear red blushes because we don't blush?
Yeah.
And there does seem to be a lot of emphasis on making our nose look straighter. I know Lecky was just referring to this, but the ideals of beauty are kind of very Western and not very African ideals of beauty. Would you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree. We live in the UK. We live with mainly white people, and I don't think it's intentional. Like I hear a lot of black men think, "Oh, you're trying to be white," but it's not intentional. Like we grew up in a system that is just what we see. We see in the magazines. We see a trend is contour and highlight. Everybody wants a contour and highlight because it's a trend, not necessarily because we want to contour, but once you've contoured your face, you'll never go without it. You can't go back. Like you can't go back. It's like, yeah. I feel like sometimes I do my makeup, I'm just like, today I'll just do like a light makeup, and
you go for a little bit.
it just happens. So I think there's two sides to it. I think that there's a trend to contour and highlight, and some people have got so used to it. We've got so used to it that we just can't go back. And I always felt like I know how to do my makeup now, and I don't feel like any makeup artist can do my makeup better than I can do it. So I've got to a level. So sometimes when you get to a level of artistry, it's hard to come back down. It really is hard. And I think you have to actually intentionally go out of your way to just wear less, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
For me personally, like I don't make my nose straighter. I completely get what you're saying. Me personally, I don't do that. I use contouring to bring back out the features, which I, in a way, dumbed down by only putting foundation on. I think if you just put foundation and just powder, you've lost your beautiful features, and so to bring them back.
Oh dear, I've only got foundation on and powder, no contouring, no highlighting. I have lost my features.
Completely, because baby, look, you've got gorgeous cheekbones that are popping anyway, so you don't need it. You're fine. But for me personally,
you don't need.
Do you know what I mean? For
you
me,
look beautiful.
Thank you. But for me personally,
today?
I did contour today.
It's very light though, so you can't really tell.
What? Do you think this is light?
For me.
Personally, I just think that if you highlight and you contour, you bring back the features which you originally had, you know. And I personally, if I'm doing a full face, I can't do it without it. That's me.
Can I just say I agree? Because I used to say, if you're only going to put foundation on me, I'd rather not wear makeup. Like my skin is fine as it is. I need dimension. That's the whole reason why I contour. I'm being completely honest, because I was like, I used to model, so I used to go to shoots and just do one foundation. I'm just like,
No,
I look better without it.
It's all or nothing.
Because in your natural skin tones, you have dimensions,
Yes,
right?
of course.
You have darker bits, you have lighter bits.
But can I just, because I don't really know too much about it, I'm learning here, you know. But when foundation is put, they're not put the same thing all over, isn't it? There's less here, a bit more there, isn't that?
They do. They just put like a base of foundation on, and this is why we're saying you can't just put that, because if you look at your naked face, you are lighter here, and you are darker in some places here. So you have to accent that with the foundation and concealers that you're using. If you're just gonna put on, you know, one coat of foundation and just put just one set of powder on, you are kind of gonna lose it, you know, unless you've got beautiful cheekbones like Valley Fontaine. You're gonna lose it, you know. But everyone's lucky.
So what does that? I wish. I mean, where does that leave our children? Because I know you did a billboard campaign. Do you want to tell us about your billboard campaign?
So my billboard campaign basically was to challenge the narrow perceptions of what it means to be beautiful, mainly focusing on hair, because in the society that we're living today, and this is not just UK, this is all over the world, the idea that straighter hair is prettier and better and more professional and more acceptable than, you know, my kind of hair. So it's just challenging that narrative and putting women and children with Afro-textured hair on billboards. So yeah, it was about also embracing our beauty, embracing who we are, embracing whether you've got cheekbones that are popping like Valley's own or not. Nice straight nose like Valley's or not. So yeah, it's just about accepting who you are.
I'm going to pick you up there when you just said nice straight nose.
No, but you see, yeah, subconsciously, exactly. I'm still working on it, you know, ladies. But I think I've gone a bit far, though. But yeah, but yes, it is. You see, because I remember a friend saying to me, think of all the words, all the positive words you can say for you can say for Afro-textured hair. Think of any positive words, and then think of the positive words you can say for straight hair, and the positive words for straight hair is much more than for so you know, we've grown with that. You know, I'm not, you know, spring chicken anymore. You can see some grey hair, and I'm used to, you know, straight nose is you know, is nice. Even you know, smooth skin, you know, we don't all have smooth skin, but does that mean someone that doesn't have smooth skin is not as pretty? But then again, I'm sure if I was speaking or saying something subconsciously, I'll say, oh, nice, lovely, smooth skin.
Okay, but we're running out of time, but before we go, I want to talk about this whole idea of makeup being deceptive and men feeling cheated, or partners, men or women, whoever your partner is, it feels cheated because they've met you with your full makeup on. How awkward is it if you meet somebody when you're fully done up, like you are looking absolutely stunning today? I'm not saying you don't look stunning with that, because I think you do as well. But how difficult is it then to be seen without the makeup on?
It is difficult because, as I said before, you kind of build yourself, you put yourself on a unrealistic pedestal. I guess you put yourself up here. So when you have to come back down, it's not that you look bad, is that you look different. And I think it's just the difference that is like, that's why sometimes I just put a little bit on, so, and then you build it up. So it's not like a drastic change. But for me personally, with men, like, sometimes it is hard to just, like, when you're talking to someone for the first time, to like see them without makeup. But once you get over that, they should like you for who you are. And I know that it's hard to say, but some men don't mind makeup, you know. So some, like, it just depends on the guy. And as long as they know what you look like without makeup, then I don't see a problem with it.
For me personally, I think that if you are so naive to think that, you know, having our brows perfectly faded or whatever is natural, then, you know, there's a problem there. Obviously, we've got on a bit of slap, okay? That's fairly obvious. So I think, you know, you should expect, okay, this girl will probably look a bit different. However, I have seen some extreme transformations before where they look completely different. And I think, personally, like when I do makeovers for people, I like to just enhance the beauty they have. I don't like to completely transform them, because I'm not trying to tell the person, you don't look good the way that you are. I'm going to change you into what I think is beautiful. I don't think we should be doing that personally. I think that you should definitely love the skin that you're in and enhance the beauty that you have. So when you do go out there on that first date, and when you do take him home, and you do wake up in the morning, you do look relatively the same. That's what I think.
I think yeah, I think men need to be patient, because when you meet someone, yes, you're meeting them, they're putting their best foot forward, but you have to get to know to like the person as well, you know, get to know their personality. And I think when it comes to that point, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's just like at home, you just wear your maybe big baggy t-shirts if you're someone like me anyway, and but when you're going out, you know, you just try and make a little bit of effort. So, and if I meet someone and I'm out, I would expect that they know I made a little bit of effort, and I don't look like I don't wear this at home. So I think it's the same with makeup too as well. I think men should be patient.
I've got a message here from Roosevelt. He says, it's becoming customary that we, the men, these days go after women with makeup. So in my opinion, we're in the third world, so African women wearing makeup should be accepted. And he goes on, but I won't necessarily read anymore. I've got another one here from Hend. He says men are looking for natural beauty. Let's have a look what else we've got here. Yep.
But they'll be quick to bust if you've got spots on your face.
Sorry, do you want to say that to the...
Well, I just think that, like, yeah, it's all well and good saying, yeah, we're looking for natural beauty, but then I don't like it when people are made to feel ugly if they've got scars or they've got spots or they've got pigmentation or a bit of discoloration. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want natural beauty, accept our natural beauty. Don't make us feel ugly for it.
I'm just going to ask just very quickly and lastly, what about our little girls? What message are we giving to our little girls, and what message do you want to give to our little girls?
Love yourself. From the inside outwards, and it's okay to do up yourself from time to time, but don't make it a lifestyle of covering up. And I think for me, for a long time, I was hiding who I was because I thought that it wasn't enough. And I think that once you ground them in who they are as a person, not as a look, but as a person, they'll have that confidence within themselves to actually be able to be, yes, I've got makeup, no, I haven't got makeup, but I'm still the same person, I'm still amazing, I'm still fabulous. But so I think instilling inside of them the love for inner beauty that shines outward, and that's the message that I will give my daughter.
Most definitely, I completely agree with that. I think that we've really got to instill the confidence in our daughters and also in our sons as well, because let's face it, we've got boys now who are wearing makeup and some of them do it better than us, right? I'm not even going to lie. But they've got to understand that, you know, that the confidence, it's got to come from within, and they need to know that they are fabulous exactly how they are. And, you know, if they want to experiment with makeup when they're older, that's absolutely fine. But know that they don't need it to look beautiful. They are beautiful exactly as they are.
Well, I don't know if there's much I can add to that, but yes, like my t-shirt says, I rock what I got. So yes. Young girls, rock what you got, because what you got is the best. There are over 7 billion people in this world. There has been none like you, and there'll be no one ever like you. So stand proud, because you're beautiful just as you are.
Well, on that note, I've got to say thank you very much to Lecky Lee from Project Embrace, Violet Blaze from Blaze Beauty by Blaze, Brini Lee, of course, blogger, vlogger and social media personality. Thanks very much to Afro Beach for having us here today at their venue. This is not on every week here, I should add, so don't come rushing down next week. This is a special, but we're here at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London. Thanks very much for taking part. Continue the conversation below. This has been Out of Africa. I'm Valley Fontaine, and hope to see you again next time.